around the time that they made the terrible mistake of putting Paul Roma in the Four Horsemen, they were almost hinting that you were going to be returning. Did they ever actually talk to you about returning?
They did, and they actually got an absolute no for the money that they offered me, and and I did send that letter registered to them that I will not be there, and they just continued to push it on television and the hint, and I tell you, it's the most unfair thing that you ever could be part of, to send Paul Roma or anybody else out in that situation.
Right.
And
it was just not enough money for you, the offer that they had made.
Oh, they didn't offer me anything. I mean, it was $500 a day. It was crazy. And the money that they were paying
Sid for is ridiculous.
Or anybody. I mean, just, it was crazy.
And what do you think about them putting Paul Roma in the Four Horsemen? Because it was always very strong wrestlers in the Horsemen until that time, and I don't think he had ever really been over.
Well, the Horsemen, as we said yesterday, the Horseman thing never worked if you didn't have Rick, Arn, and myself. It got some traction when Arn came back from New York and I didn't, because you now had two of the three. But it still never even was close to what it once was. And I've always said in interviews that you have a chemical compound, and it requires this, this, and this. And you can't keep putting something else instead of what makes it work.
Right.
And, it's just the chemistry of us together.
Didn't they even put Sid as a member of the Four Horsemen at one point?
I don't know. I didn't watch much. I don't watch the product much now.
And I'm guessing you weren't there for this, but did Arn tell you about that incident that he had with Sid? Obviously, he must have, the whole stabbing thing.
Well, I didn't. Arn's never told me about it. I knew it happened. Which was just, I don't know how things like that get out of control like that, but it's just crazy. But I know that Arn's a double tough guy.
And you came back for one match at the Slamboree pay-per-view in '94, I believe, and it was a very good match. Was that always just going to be a one-time deal, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I actually would have liked them to offer me a job, but I think they got very, very mad because I wouldn't put Terry Funk over. They didn't ask me that up front.
Oh, okay.
That was not, this is what we want you to do. And so when I got to the thing, I said, I'm not doing that. Philadelphia was Horseman territory.
Right.
But
didn't you outdraw WWE one time there when
that was the only time we were actually head up in the same town on the same night, and they had their A team, that Hogan and everybody at the Spectrum, and we were over at the auditorium, and in dollar amounts they did 106,000 and we did 150,000. And
wow.
But the one thing that showed you is that there was two different audiences. It wasn't the same wrestling audience, and which was kind of unique if you really start analyzing it.